Do you love movies and can't get enough? Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to CinemAddict. My name is Limon, and today's topic will be Surreal Cinema. Throughout your history as a moviegoer, you've no doubt run into a film that makes you ask, what the hell did I just watch? These WTF movies are often dismissed as artsy-fartsy, and then you move on with your life. For some of you, that's where it ends, and that's totally fine. But for the rest of you, you get hooked. You're not sure you liked or disliked what you saw, but you keep thinking about it. The movie stays with you, like you just watched some sort of dream. Welcome to Surreal Cinema. But that begs the question, what is Surrealism? Surrealism is a 20th century avant-garde movement in art and literature that wanted to unleash the creative potential of the unconscious mind, usually through the juxtaposition of irrational pictures. In other words, the movement revolved around the attempt to portray a dream using a real-world medium. That medium in question is film. The reason why surrealist cinema is so off-putting for so many viewers is the lack of story and character, two highly Western ideas. You see, the surrealists had no interest in that. Why would they want to watch a movie that they could ostensibly see in real life? Instead, surrealists wanted to utilize film to capture the uncatchable, dreams. When it comes to surreal movies, viewers like to look at them like puzzles. They need to be solved, because understanding is something we all seek as human beings, but figuring out a film often takes precedence over the main point of surreal cinema, how it makes you feel. In conjunction with filming the unfilmable, the goal of surreal cinema is to produce a guttural, emotional response. Does the movie repulse you, arouse you, frighten you? Answering these questions help figure out our own personal issues. Now that you've got some background information on surreal cinema, why don't we take a look at some actual movies now? In 1929, director Luis Buñuel teamed up with famed surrealist Salvador Dali, the melting clock guy. Together, they produced one of the most famous surrealist films, Chien Andalou. This short film fully captures the essence of surrealism in its depiction of the absurd, and it also makes a statement about the nature of humanity. From there, we begin to see a slight shift of surrealism as a movement to a style. Meshes of the Afternoon was released in 1943 and directed by the wife and husband team of Maya Deren and Alexander Hammond. Now this film adheres to the main tenet of surrealism by filming a dream, but where it begins to stray away from core surrealism is its inclusion of a loose narrative. The film injects us, the audience, into a cycle of images that tells the story of a murder. Now let me be very clear, surrealism is still an artistic movement, but over the years, some artists have started utilizing the more stylized aspects of the movement to complement their film. Take David Lynch for example. He's expressed his surrealist upbringing with his breakout film Eraserhead, but his later, more narrative-driven movies like Blue Velvet and Mulholland Drive are so memorable because of the way they incorporate surreal elements. And so, understanding the core of surrealism is fundamental to better appreciating cinema as a whole. Let's take a look at It Follows. This movie is by no means a surreal movie, but it incorporates several surreal elements in it to better create the feeling of living through a dream. Now I know what you're thinking. Surrealist cinema is basically about dreams, right? Got it, cool. But, by that logic, Inception would probably be the peak of surrealist cinema. You see, where surrealism delineates itself from traditional cinema is the acceptance of dream logic. In surreal cinema, the juxtaposition of images is never justified because dreams simply don't make sense. Traditional cinema typically establishes some sort of boundary between reality and dreams, letting viewers know that they're witnessing a dream. It calls attention to itself, something that surrealist cinema never really does. Now that I've given you a brief overview of surrealist cinema, you might find yourself asking, why does any of this even matter? Well, it matters in the same way people go to art museums and stare at paintings all day. Except in cinema, the pictures move. Broaden your horizons and try new things. Something like this could enrich your life. And if you open yourself up to something new, you may find it has a profound influence on your life. Along the way, you may even learn something about yourself. Something tucked deep inside the recesses of your mind. And that's sadly all the time we have left for this episode. Do you like what you saw? You know what to do. Any suggestions for my next episode? Please tell me in the comments below. You can follow me on Twitter @AdventNick, and you can follow my writing at freshlysqueezelimon.wordpress.com. That about wraps us up, so I'll see you later, YouTube.